guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to today's video. So today it is Monday, so it is another WIP and Chat for you guys. And I am continuing to work on Biker Betty. Not that I've done much of it since we last spoke. I've just not really had a chance to sit and diamond paint, to be honest. And I think that's life now for a while. That I just don't really get the chance to do it. So, you know, when I'm filming on a Saturday, that like sometimes is the only opportunity I get the whole entire week. So I have to make the most of it. And do it then. Because I just think you know, I still want to be able to do this hobby. It really does help with like my mental health and stuff, but life is super duper busy at the moment. I'm hoping that it will calm down at some point, but you know, who knows. I'm gonna have to wait and see for that one, see if it does or doesn't. But yeah, that is where we are at. I am still working on it. I'm just doing her face at the moment. Because she's got a lot of cream, a lot of like skin tone colour in this, all one colour. So it's very blocky, which I mean the entire painting is blocky, to be fair. Which, you know, is great when I'm in the mood for it, because it can be quite easygoing, quite relaxing. You're not really having to think about where's your next diamond got to be placed. So I do like a bit of blockiness on the occasion. And this painting is literally full of it, so I think you've got to like it. So how are we all doing? Hope everybody's doing well. I don't really have too much, I don't think, to talk about from last week, because my life has just been super duper boring. It was bank holiday Monday. I was poorly last weekend. Just feeling really sick. And I couldn't shake it, so I didn't get anything done I wanted to get done over the weekend because I didn't feel well. I've actually been a bit poorly this weekend as well. I had a migraine for 2 days. I suffer with them anyway, but you know, when it's on your weekend and it just throws you off and you've got all this stuff that you want to get done before you go back to work on Monday, it can be very stressful for me. But James, he says I'm not annoyed at you because you can't help being poorly, but I'm annoyed at you because you need to stop being poorly. As a joke, obviously. Like he said, I can't help it, but yeah, I still have a headache. Like as filming this, I still have a headache. It's just not, it's not like debilitating like a migraine is. But that's another reason I've kind of not sat down and done anything, because I've not really been feeling up to it. Otherwise, I've had a few moments like Friday and Saturday where I have been sat doing nothing, and I could have totally been diamond painting instead, but there was no way. You know, you could diamond paint with a migraine. That would not work very well. So yeah, I'm trying to think, because I feel like maybe stuff did happen and it didn't. Oh, all that did happen was yesterday we did go to the cinema. I went to the cinema with James and my friend Luke, and we watched Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, which was quite good. I'm on a diet, so I didn't have any popcorn, and I was very proud of myself. I took myself a punnet of grapes. And I sat, and instead of eating popcorn, I ate a punnet of grapes. That is new to me. Very much new to me. Although, so I'm on what we call a star week, and most women will know what that means. I reckon I'm on my star week. And I weigh myself every morning anyway, just to keep track of things. And right now it doesn't really look very promising for this week, which is really sad actually. I've got a goal to lose like £2 a week, and I've literally not shifted anything by the looks of things. I'm hoping that it will work itself out though. Well, I'm due to finish my star week like literally tomorrow, but it won't, it'll be like as in on Tuesday I'm all done and dusted, if you know what I mean. And weighing day is Monday, is the day this video goes up, so tomorrow as I'm speaking. So I don't know if, you know, I'll see anything, any loss on the scales when I go, which is really depressing. Because there's nothing worse than standing on them and a load of people knowing you've been there a week and you've already got a week where you've like maybe even gained, who knows. But I'd like to hope that it will sort itself out like the following week, because I've been really good, so I will be really depressed if I genuinely just not lost weight this week. Because there's nothing worse than, you know, really trying hard to diet, trying hard to eat right. I've not had a single naughty thing. It was like we do Cake Friday at school and I didn't touch a single thing. You know, I didn't eat popcorn at the cinema. I think that's the hardest part with dieting, when you know you're making sacrifices. You know you said no to stuff and still, you know, you've not lost the weight. That I've always found the hardest, 100%, 1,000,000%. And that's when I really, you know, I sit there and I contemplate like, why am I doing this? So yeah, I will have to really power through that one if it comes to it. And I mean, even if it's £0.5, I would take any loss. It would make me feel so good if I've just lost anything. But like I said, I weigh myself daily, and I check my scales are pretty accurate to theirs, and I just don't think I've lost anything. So we'll see. Maybe I'll come on and tell you next week that I did actually lose something, I hope anyway, because I have my graduation in July. That has been confirmed from, so this was from my degree, my maths degree, because I never got a graduation because of COVID. And I really, it's like 13 weeks away. I really want to lose like 2 stone, which I have never lost 2 stone ever in my life. So it's going to be a big feat, but overall I need to lose like nearly 5 stone, to be honest. So I'm going to have to do it at some point. It's because I've put it all back on, so if I've put it on it needs to come off. So it's going to be a hard journey for me. The thing that's depressing me is the thought of like having these graduation pictures that I'll never want to look at, I'll never want to remember, because I feel fat. Because that's how I feel when I take every single picture right now. And I know I'm not the biggest person, definitely not the smallest person, but it's just, I think people will understand it's how you feel. and you can't change that. I think we all feel differently, we all have different bodies, but I mean, my self-image anyway, I am not a body positive person at all. I always have looked at myself and not liked the way I look, and I know I do it. However, the problem is it's not always been at the forefront of my mind. Like, you know, when I was smaller, yeah, I still was like, oh, I don't like my body, I've still got this like flabby belly, you know, I still don't like this, I still don't like that. But I'd only ever really think about it if, I don't know, if I was in a position where I had to compare myself to somebody else, or if I you know, were going out to a party and like I found a dress I liked but it didn't suit me because of the way that my body's made. They're the only times where it would really impact me, whereas now I'm constantly thinking about it. Every time I go and get dressed in the morning, I feel horrible. I hate my clothes. I hate everything. So it 100% needs to change. But I'm finding it very difficult. And I've always found it difficult to shift weight. My metabolism is literally the worst. So we did buy Wii Sport though, not Wii Sport, Nintendo Switch Sport. They brought out a version of Wii Sport but for the Nintendo Switch. Finally, because there were ones that were like sport games, but they weren't like official ones. They weren't like to the standards of like Wii Sport. And we got that, and we played it on Thursday night. Oh, and I pulled up my shoulder because I was being so competitive. But oh, we played tennis, we played badminton, we played volleyball. Oh my gosh, I was proper sweating. It was a proper workout. So I just keep thinking, right, well, if I can start getting on that, like I said, I've been poorly the last couple of days, which is annoying. Also, I would have totally been playing it, but yeah, I just think that if I can get on that and do a bit of like that with James, like that's going to be good exercise. And as you know, when it comes to the summer, so I finish my course in end of June, so I've got like a month there, like 4 weeks that I can, you know, basically do lots of active stuff during the day. Maybe go on walks, I don't know, do stuff, which would be great. Gives me a few weeks anyway to do that and see if it'll shift some pounds before graduation. Who knows? But then, I mean, we might go backwards anyway, because once graduation's happened, on graduation I'll be eating, drinking what I want. So then I'm going to have to keep going. But that's the main thing I've got. And then we've got like a cousin's wedding in September. That I'd like to shift a little bit for, but I'm not overly worried. Like, if I can get a stone off, what's that, basically like 6 weeks, potentially a stone, another stone, but I'm not going to be as fussed for that one. Because it's like, that's not really my memory, is it? That's her memory, it's her wedding. Whereas my graduation is my memory. I want to be able to look back at the pictures and not think, oh my god, you whale. Because that's what I do with my prom. And I was only 16. But I don't even look at my prom pictures because I didn't like it. I didn't care. I I just looked fat. I need to cut this off because it's really doing my head in. The clear cover, I just folded it backwards because I must have been diamond painting downstairs when I finished this row. So there we go. Pop it in my bin. Right then, so let's do these pluses. Get all the skin out of the way. And then I can do the black. There's literally 4 colours in this section. It is so not interesting. But like I said, blocky can be good sometimes. Anyway, so yeah, I've got a lot of things. I want to say I want to be at my target, my dream weight, like this time next year. But if I could do it before the end of this year, I'd be very happy, because ideally I'd like to be engaged this year. I don't know, but I don't want to be, once again, I don't want to be like this size, because my ring, like if James got me a ring, it would either be, he'd have to get me a big one for now and then I'd need it resized, or he'd get me one, and he said he's getting me as like a motivation, he would get me a ring that was the same size as what he got me. He got me a ring for my 21st birthday, which I can't even wear now, by the way. So that's not a good start. But he said he'd get me that size. So, because, like, you know, obviously I get engaged, I want to think about having the wedding, and I don't want to be this size when I get married. So it's all about, I need to lose the weight, and I think I'm finally in a frame of mind where I need to do it for me, and I'm like, it needs to come off, it needs to go. And James also has gained a bit of weight, which actually has made it easier for me, because we both want to lose the weight, which means he wants to have the good meals as well, which is great. So we will see if it works. So while I'm doing this then, I should get up your comments from last week so we can have a little read through. Just got the iPad. Oh, there is a few. Okay, so let's have a look. So Arissa commented on my diamond painting storage video, and she said my favourite containers is the case with bottles. She also has the Tic Tacs, the 28 containers with 4 connected, and the 78 container Elizabeth Ward. She uses them all for all different reasons, but now she only orders from her own money the bottle cases. Yeah, so 100% I think the same thing. Like, I've got obviously the 3 different types, and I use them all for all different reasons, and I like them all from what I've got now. I just don't like the 4 connected ones. They went in the bin. I've not tried the Tic Tac, but I don't sense I would like them, just because they look a bit more fiddly and not as secure. But, you know, I might try them in the future. I can never say never. But they all have different purposes. I think the bottles are great I like the secureness of them. I like that they come in a cute little carry case. I love everything. The only thing ever is just the size. It'd be great if they could do it. I know that you can get the ones that I've got, the bigger ones, and the small ones all in one case. But it'd be great if you could make some really big ones and, you know, have different sizes in one case. More than just the... bigger than just what currently is the biggest bottle that comes. That would be really good if they could do a bigger one. Then I think it might push it for my favourites. So Vicky says on the last WIP and Chat, summer in New Zealand is December, January and February. Yes, because that's what we were talking about, weren't we? And they are Australia's neighbours, so they are next to Australia. Wouldn't have known at all. I mean, it would have been the guess, but it would have been one of them where it's like a guess, but I don't actually think it's true. It's just I can't think where else it would be. But thank you for clearing it up, Vicky. I hope you don't think I'm too dumb now, because I had no idea. But at least I didn't know about the seasons thing. I kind of know something. Although I think that when we say like their winter, like it's cold for them, but I think your winter is like still like, for a Brit, that would be like the ideal temperature. Not too hot, not too cold, like that would be our happy, like that'd be our springtime. Like what it is currently, I think it would be. Like currently we're getting about 17 degrees Celsius down to like 11 degrees. I think anywhere in the teens as a Brit we're pretty happy with. Like, yeah, that's alright that. Not too cold, not too warm. Although when it did get to 17 degrees, I was like, oh, it's boiling. And remember that's like Celsius, I'm not talking Fahrenheit here. But yeah, we are like, we don't expect like the hottest of weathers. Although you can get, in the summer, if we are lucky, we can get like into the 30s. Or at least the 20s. But I've seen us like for the past few years having like a few days where we've like reached 30 degrees. And it's been like, oh my god, me and James went to the seaside. Because what else are you meant to do when it's that hot? Hopefully, if it does get that hot, it's when I'm on the summer holidays. That would be nice. I mean, I've got to plan something for the summer holidays for us to at least do something. But yeah, buzzing if it gets nice and warm, especially because I will not be going on holiday, I don't think, for another couple of years. I think maybe the next time we go on holiday will be our honeymoon. The sad fact that it is, just because obviously if we are getting engaged, all the money we get, you know, I'm going to be wanting to put towards the wedding. I'm not going to be wanting to just put to a holiday abroad just somewhere. And me and James, we are, I don't want to say snobby, but we've been on some very nice holidays since we got together. Our first couple weren't great, but then the last like 3 we've been on were really nice. So we've kind of spoiled ourselves now. That's the problem. I wouldn't say we are snobs, but the thing is, because we happen to have these nice holidays, basically, when my nana died, my granddad booked a cruise and paid for me, and then Joe just paid for himself, so we basically got a cruise, and we paid like 1,400 for it, which is really good, but it's obviously because we were only paying for one person. We both paid, we both put the money to. So we got a cruise, and then when James was 21, his parents are quite, you know, generous, shall we say, and they were like, okay, well, we'll pay for you to go abroad. So they paid for him to go to Mexico, So it was about the same price. So we did similar again. We had a holiday in Mexico for the price of just one of us. So we were able to go to these really nice places and get spoiled. And then now we're kind of like, oh, we've never actually paid to go to these nice places for two people. So it would be, you know, quite a chunk of our savings being used. But, you know, I kind of can't, like, I feel like it wouldn't be worth me going on holiday, going to somewhere that wasn't as nice, because I'd just be like, oh, it's not as nice, you know, I wouldn't enjoy it as much. So that's the annoying part with being spoilt now. So I couldn't just go on like a quick, like, oh, we'll go to a right cheap hotel and just slum it. I wouldn't want to do that. So I don't think we'll be going away until our honeymoon, to be honest. But that's fine. Look at what we've got instead. You know, we've got a house. And if it means that we can get married, I'm okay. I'll take that. So Vicky also says, so Daniel, which is my brother, sounds like a typical brother. Well, he is. He very much is a typical brother. I love him to pieces, but he's a pain in my bum. But she said, sadly, she has lost both of her brothers to cancer. So sorry, Vicky. It is such an awful disease. I hate it. And I just, you know, I sympathise with everybody that's lost family members to cancer, because I've been there too, and it's horrible. They were the kind that would do anything for my sister and I, and vice versa. It sounds like, you know, you had some great brothers there, Vicky, and I'm sorry that they're no longer with you. Okay, so kitting up my letter A, if you are wanted to see how that finished, you won't have to wait too long, because it was one of them that I was working on in the meantime and got done pretty quickly. So the kitting up video is scheduled for that. But Liz says, wow, I'm not used to seeing ads. Yep. So my channel has reached 1,000 subscribers, which means that I am able to monetize it now. So you will see ads popping up here and there, and I just let YouTube just deal with it. I'm not smart enough to work out just yet how I can amend them, but yeah, there will be ads on my videos. I think, you know, when you create YouTube videos, it's not that I do it to get money, it's not that I'm trying to do it and make a living from it, but we spend a lot of money. I worked that out early on when I started my first channel, and that one wasn't even sustainable. You know, so we spend a lot of time doing the videos. We spend a lot of money of our own trying to make content that people will like. So, you know, monetization is just good to just reimburse it a little bit. You don't get a lot, but it's just to reimburse a little bit of the cost on it. And, you know, most videos on YouTube have ads, so it just goes on, and my videos in terms of me will not change. Will be the same sort of content. There'll just be a few ads, that's it. So yeah. She also said pretty canvas and storage. Thank you, Liz. Vicky says the A painting will look amazing when done. Looking forward to seeing that one done. So yeah, Vicky, you don't have to wait long for that. I can't remember if it's out this week or next week, but not too long, and I think it looks pretty. My opinion is it looks pretty anyway. But I'll be intrigued to see what you guys think about it, so stay tuned for that one. Okay, and then only 2 more comments. This one is on unboxing the Sleeping Beauty / Princess. I'm confused with the name of this because I thought online it was called the Sleeping Princess. Lots of people call it the Sleeping Princess, but then on the box it says the Sleeping Beauty. I have no idea. If you can clear up what's the right name. It's a bit like the, I know Medusa is Seducer as well. So that one had like 2 names, and then the Butterfly Effect, I think it was called, I've got on the box. It says something like Le Femme Fatale. So I have no idea why there's a couple of names for some kits. So if you do know, please let me know. I'm curious as to why some of the Diamond Art Club kits have 2 names. But anyway, I digress. So this is Kimberly Saunders. Thank you for commenting, Kimberly. She says she wanted all the princesses also, but they were all gone when she started diamond painting. I wish Mandy would tell Diamond Art Club to bring all of them back one last time. Thanks for sharing. So yeah, I know it's so annoying. I mean, the ones that I could have got hold of when I first was introduced to Diamond Art Club, I got the ones I actually wanted. I mean, I am like a bit of a collector. I do like to have a whole collection. But in this sort of hobby, I just don't have the money for it. Like, I started to try and collect all the Randall Spanglers, and if you go back to some of my videos that are unboxing them, you'll hear me be like, oh, I want them all. And then all of a sudden, they just started bringing out like two a week, and I'm like, oh my gosh, there's just so many. I didn't think that they would bring out that many. So now, and then they started to get discontinued as well, or limited edition. I thought, I can't keep up with this. So that kind of went out the window. And with the princesses, you know, I could have, because there weren't that many, so I could have really got them all, but I mean, by the time I got to them, there were only a few left anyway, so it would have meant getting some of the ones that I weren't completely, truly, utterly in love with, and then basically taking that away from somebody that it might be their favourite princess. Like, for example, Jasmine was still there, and Tiana, you know, neither of which I really wanted. And I just think that if I had them, I wouldn't have ever sold them, I wouldn't have ever like traded them or anything. So I'd basically just be having them. I'd do them, don't get me wrong, I would definitely be doing them, but I wouldn't love them as much as somebody else would have. So I'm very happy in the decision that I made to not bother, if that makes sense. If they were still available, and you know, they weren't going to get discontinued, or you know, they were going to keep making plenty of them, things would have been different. 100%, I would have definitely got them all, but you know, that's not how it works, sadly, and I don't think anything of that is to do with Mandy, I'm afraid, Kimberly. It's all to do with the licensing in Disney. I don't know how it works. I think, because obviously, you know, they still have stuff that's like Alice in Wonderland. I think it's when things are they resemble too much of the Disney character. I think that's how it works. So if Disney can say, basically, you can clearly see that's our princesses, then they have a right to basically sue you for it, and they can throw whatever money at it that they like, because they are a huge company. So Diamond Art Club have obviously got to protect themselves, protect Mandy Manzano, you know. So sadly the princesses won't be coming back, because they won't be able to sell them. They can't deny the fact that they are clearly the Disney princesses. Whereas other paintings that they've brought out, if you might be able to tell, oh, that's because of, that's this Disney princess, like Time to Spare, or I have seen other ones, the Alice ones, Alice in Wonderland, they don't strike as big of a resemblance to Disney, so then it's just like fan art basically, which is allowed. That's how I interpret that it goes. But yeah, either way, they're not coming back, and it's just sad. Maybe if Disney stopped being so funny about its licensing and things like that, it might be different. Or if they offered reasonable licensing packages, which they don't, it costs a bomb to license anything Disney, maybe then Diamond Art Club might look into it, but I don't see that happening, I'm afraid. Vicky says the Sleeping Princess is beautiful. She will look awesome when finished and framed. Yeah, definitely, I agree. I'm going to need to think how I can put them all up now. Because I only thought I was going to have a couple. They're just going to have to go all around the room, aren't they? But she will definitely be getting done, along with Snow White. And yeah, along with Beast, and they will be getting put up. 100%. So that is all of the comments. So I don't think I'm going to finish this black on video. I think I'm going to leave it just about here, because I have a hell of a lot to do today. Because like I said, I haven't been feeling well this weekend, so the stuff that I need to get done hasn't been done already. So having said that, I need to get off and get started on my jobs. But anyway, thank you so much guys for liking, subscribing, commenting, and of course watching. Please have a look down in the description box at my link tree. On there I have links to my Etsy page where we sell diamond painting trays. I have links to the Facebook group that you are more than welcome to join, where you can chat about all things diamond painting. There's really, apart from being nice and kind, there's really not restrictions on anything that you can post on there as of yet, until I see something that I think might be problematic. But I think in terms of just the diamond painting community, there's no real restrictions on what you can post. I also have links to discount codes and affiliate links, so please go check that out. And until next time guys, thank you so much for watching.